Easy people, this is a part 2 of 3-part series of how you can control signals in different ways by other signals and other signals, basically. I've talked about the Akai pumper, and now I'm going to talk about the mother ducker. So ducking a signal is similar to the pumper, except that instead of it being a fixed rhythm like on the pumper, where the signal's being sent from the actual effect directly, this is a device where one sound is affecting another. So what I've done is I've quickly made a tune. I didn't bother doing it because like that would just be another 20 minutes added onto this, and I want to try and see if I can keep them short. So I've got a tune here. So this is what this tune is without any ducker on it of anything. In fact, there is even a ducker on my voice, but I've turned it off. You'll hear my voice, and my voice is going to get lost in the music. So we've got the thing there, and my voice is getting lost in this music. So in its most basic way, this is how I can use a ducker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mother ducker to this, which is these drums here, what I'm playing now and everything. By adding mother ducker, I press select, so that's there. Now that's gone up louder because there's a gain, so I'll turn the gain off. Right, so you can see there's 3 signals here. There's an in and there's an out, so those are the audio signals, but there's a grey signal here which is called key, and this is the signal that's been sent into this mother ducker. Now this key actually happens to be from my vocal here, which is a tutorial vocal thing that I'm using here. So I go here and there's a thing called a mother ducker input, and that's on bus 1. There's actually 8 buses, so you can have 8 separate like mother ducker buses, which is slightly different than like mother duckers, because I can have loads of mother duckers but they could just be on the one bus. So let me go back to this. So now that's what's sending the signal, and the thing how it's affected is it has to reach a threshold. At the moment this isn't reaching a threshold, it's not doing anything because it's not reaching a threshold. When it reaches a threshold, this other one here which is empty is going to be affected. So now I'm going to bring this down, and now you can start to see that there's a signal coming in here, and each time I keep going down, it's affecting it more and more and more, until what happens is now I'm ducking that signal. So now I've got like on a radio DJ, yeah, this is the hot one, blazing a track coming out of Leeds City with a new one. It's called Die, and you have all your garage heads and blah blah blah. So that's how they do it, and that's how ducking came about. It came about in the 70s as far as I'm aware, and this is useful in many different ways, especially on a machine like this, and just in general. And this is how you can make your vocals cut through a track if you're rhyming or anything like that. Instead of turning everything up, you can turn the sections down. Obviously I wouldn't have it to this extreme because it would sound a bit crazy, but I mean, if I was to bring it up a little and kind of mess with it, get it proper, now I'm starting to be able to talk at the same time. So if I was, I don't know, do you know what I mean? And what's good, this is good for, is for live use actually. So this is really helpful for live use, because if you're doing something live, instead of you having to turn it whenever we get back to live stuff, this is really good for that. Okay, so that's one way of using the ducker. Now the other thing, what I'm going to use the ducker for actually, is to duck the musical signal, similar to the pumper, except with this one, instead of it just being a rhythm, and it's locked rhythm, I can actually choose the pattern that it makes and what's affected by that. I'll do it with the drums first. So what I want to do is I want this kick. I'm going to make this kick become more dominant in this track. I'm going to use this to send a signal here to this track, so it's going to send a signal back to itself, kind of. The easiest way of doing that would just be to apply it in the mixer. So I'm going to go sub mixer by shift and a mixer, and then I'll find that kick where it's on it. I really love that they did this. Oh, this is good. Some more stuff to come, but anyway, I digress. So I'm going to use that and have a kick input. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up another mother ducker. I want it to be a separate one, so that I've got this one for talking, and then I've got one for doing effects. And what I always like to do is I always like to use a sub mixer to do that. So sub mix, there, slide across. So I'm going to get another mother ducker here, and I'm going to just use this as a sub mother ducker. So there, and now, like I said, I want it on a different bus. At the moment, it's on bus 1, so you can see this is ducking that signal. I'm not really bothered about that because I'm just going to duck this drum. I've got another thing on here, but I'm not worried about that. I can talk over that. So I'm going to move that and make that bus 2. So now, look, that signal's gone off because I'm on bus 1. If I want to go through either of them, I can use the no, because that's in the lane actually. So like I said, I'm on bus 1. Bus 2, if I was on bus 1, that would be affecting that. Since I'm on bus 2, I want to go back to this kick. So I'm going to go back out of here. I'll go back to this mixer, come out of there, and I'll go shift to the submixer of this instrument here, and then I'm going to move that to bus 2. So now I've got that kick on bus 2, and if I go and I'll just do it for quickness, I'll go to the master, and then I'll go here, and if you observe, you can see that, and look, the kick is already having an effect just even at that level. So what this is doing is it's sending to here. So if I play this, watch, nothing happens. Now you might be going, oh well that's no good, nothing's happened, what's missing? Well, what's missing, and I have to send the information into this channel. At the moment it's on submix 1. So what I want to do is I want to go back into the submix of this instrument, what I'm on, and then I'm going to choose the sounds that I want to be sent to submix 1, and the in and outs there. So now I'm back to the submix channel, and you'll observe I've got signals coming through here now. So now I might even squash them more. So let's squash them more. So you can probably know, if I totally squash it, watch what happens. So it's just the tail end of that. And don't forget, all of this stuff can be automated as well. So I'll have that, there's a little bounce there. So I'll show you how this is without it on. And with it on. I mean, that was with it off. This is with it on. And that's a good way of like exciting a track. So yeah, so I'll go a little bit further. How long have I gone into this? Well, I'm going to just chop it. I'll chop it down for you. Okay. So I quite like that, but maybe I want that to kind of have a bit of flavour to itself. So what I can do is I can send those signals into the free. I'm just trying to think how the best way I could do that. The best way I could do that is this way. So what I'll do is I like that information, but I want to send that information into oh yeah, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I want to send that information, that bounciness of what's going on in that mother ducker, and I'm going to send it into this chord structure here. I'll play it. I'm going to go silent for a second. back to this and I'm going to say the input, the sound what's coming out of here is going to go out of here, right, and it's going to send this to the third bus, a separate bus, what I'm doing now. I could actually send it to 2, but I'm going to make it a separate one. Right, so now when I go back here and I'll go back to this, I'm sending this information now as opposed to that one, because that's getting the kick as well. But I don't want a kick, I just want to have this information, and then I'll bring it down and watch. So what I did there, and the other thing what I did is I left the auto on there for the auto gain, and the reason why is because the signal might be quieter and that'll automatically turn it up. You can do it manually. Sometimes it's worth doing it manually. Sometimes it's worth leaving it to do it automatically. So, okay, so we've got that. So let's have a shift at what that's like. I'll do it even deeper. Right, let's change the sound and see what else we've got. Yeah, that's funky. Maybe so. Oh, yeah. Oh, quiet. So, that's a prime example of how you can use the mother ducker. That signal is interesting. Oh, that's quite a dope sound. That. It's got mad delay on that. What I'd probably do, if I was going to use that, I'd probably put a gate onto that. But look at that, finding new sounds. That hype is so excellent. So anyway, I hope that has been helpful. And basically, to kind of add on to that, the air pumper is just rhythms, and it's really nice and easy to use. The mother ducker is slightly more complex, and you can send signals to affect other signals, which is great. And like I said, you can use it for so many different things as well. It can help out, level out a mix in so many different ways. And then I'm going to show the third and final one, which is slightly more complex. So this is like if you were playing, I don't know, a video game like, I was going to say Bloodborne or Dark Souls, but no, they just get harder as it goes along. So I would say air pumper is easy level. This is mid level, and it's got complexities. And then the next one is really, really good. So I hope that's been helpful for you. Like and subscribe as always, and ask any questions, and I'm here to help. So until then, as always, peace.